Hello everyone. Maybe I should... How's this? Let's see about it. Today I'm in a little bit of a different setting. And I also have a trusty little mic here. Today we're going to be doing a podcast. Yes, I've decided we're doing a little podcast. I haven't made a video in a couple months. I get it. I know. So I just wanted to kind of make a video to first recap where I've been, what I've been doing, and also today is December 31st, New Year's Eve. This means there's some reflection of what I'm thinking about in terms of my progress, in terms of how I think about myself, how I want to go forward with different aspects of my life. Like, we're just gonna be talking all about it today, in terms of like career, hobbies, lifestyle, motivations, my own personal style. As you guys can see, also I got a perm recently. I feel like the last time I got a perm, it was just like, hey, got a perm, okay, don't talk about it now. But anyways, that's beside the point. Okay, my setup is getting a little bit uncomfortable here, so I'm gonna have to rely on Stitch over here to kind of, maybe this is the vibe until I feel a little bit uncomfortable again and I have to switch my position. But I've pulled up some of my bullet points that I wrote down last night that I wanted to talk about in this podcast. I guess first I should maybe catch you guys up to speed with what's been going on. Let's get a little close for this. We're going to be having a little bit of a catch-up sleepover moment, right? So, right now, I am actually on winter break. Yeah, it's a really good... Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like almost about to rain outside, and... Oh, it is raining outside, actually. Okay, awesome. It's actually about to rain for, like, the next 2 weeks. So, I literally, saw my weather forecast app on my phone, and I scrolled down and I mistook the weekly forecast for the day forecast, because it was just constant rain. I was like, oh yeah, 12 p.m. is gonna rain, but it's just every day for the next week. It's crazy. But anyways, I can't find a comfortable position. This might be the position for now. Okay, yeah, right now I'm on winter break, and it's a lovely 5 to 6 week winter break. I know, this is new for me too. It's because Berkeley has a semester system, and at UC San Diego, I was on the quarter system, so those breaks were long too. And at that point, I never knew anything else, so I was like, wow, this is really long. Sorry for all the camera changes, guys, but I think this is hopefully final. Maybe, probably not. But, so yeah, I've just been reconnecting with, my hometown friends, hanging out. I saw the Avatar movie twice, Fire and Ash, love it. I used to say that The Way of Water, the second movie, was my ultimate favorite, and at the time it genuinely was, because I love everything water, love the message of water. But this movie was better because it was all still water. Not all of it, but most of it's still water, but action all throughout the movie. It was crazy. So highly recommend it. I've also just been resting. I've been visiting my boyfriend in San Diego, and I've been doing some work, things that I had been meaning to get to during the semester, side projects like making new pants. I've been wanting to design new pants that I've been yearning for. My heart has been yearning for. I'm creating these 3/4 length pants, sweatpants. My god, it looked like this otter just blinked, but it was my hair above its eye. Scared me. It just the way that I described it was that it's in between a jort length and also a full length sweatpant, and it almost makes you feel, oh, very good. It almost makes you feel very uncomfortable with what length it's at, because you don't really see that length often. That's exactly the vibe that I really like. Like, it just makes no sense, and it's uncomfortable, and it goes against like just everything that we know and we always see online. Recently I've been having a little bit of a fashion and style crisis as well. I think my perm was like the first step in kind of just like refinding it again. Maybe I should make a video on like refinding my style. I feel like that's like a big thing that's going on in my life right now, kind of, or that I want to at least. But anyways, and then I've also been doing like just portfolio work all throughout, and these past couple months, like 4 months or so, I have been at Berkeley. I just finished my first semester at Berkeley. Honestly, a really wild time. Learned a lot. I came in with no industrial design background at all, and all of a sudden learning all about microcontrollers, LEDs, electronics. I just like got a flashback of me on FaceTime and being like really frustrated because my little servo wasn't working the way I wanted it to, but don't worry, it ended up working very magnificently and I thought that project was cool. But anyways, I feel like this semester honestly taught me a lot about myself. It made me question a lot of who I am as a designer. Like, it honestly really solidified that I do want to go into digital design. I came into the program like knowing that I want to do digital design, but like being open to different things. I'm still open to different things, but it really made me question what parts of design I even care about, like questioning different design details, or like how to work with people from different backgrounds. Also just like learning from everyone. Like, there are plenty of like very talented people as well. I don't know, I was just like in awe, and one of my last projects just pushed every boundary. I was just like, we learned about like working with LLMs, how to use different like industrial machines like the Fab Light. It was honestly a very, very good learning experience. Yeah, that's where I've been. And so what kind of propelled me to make this video was that a couple days ago I was like washing dishes with my boyfriend, and like a very light conversation of like, hey, what are your goals for the new year, or like, you know, what are some things that we want to work on, came up, and I was like, whoa. Whoa. Like, and I honestly love to think about these things, but for some reason I've been kind of scared to think about it, just because, well, I'll get into it, but basically I just like deflected and I was like, hey, you go first. And I didn't really get to it. But the reason that I kind of have been avoiding it was because I've just been feeling so brain fog. So this is a moment where we can kind of talk about it and unfog my mind to the point where I can like clearly and thoughtfully think about it, because it's not that I don't have any goals or anything. I was just like, it requires more than just, oh, maybe this and this. I like to kind of analyze like how I've been doing the past couple months in life, like where I think I'm at, where I want to be, what things that I can work on to get to where I want to be. And so, yeah, I think it kind of just requires more of that conversation. And that's what I kind of want to talk about today, along with some goals at the end. Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of context. I realized that even though I've been on break, I have been feeling this sort of just rut, to say the least. I've been feeling in a rut, and I have kind of been avoiding getting deeper down to like why I'm in a rut, just because I'm like, oh, I think I'm just like, there isn't anything, I'll just keep pushing through it, and like kind of really not sitting with myself and truly deeply thinking about it. And I've just been like, maybe I just need rest from the whole entire semester. Like, I'm just gonna get rest in. I'm gonna go hang out with people and it'll be fine. And I'll be well rested when I go back into school. But then I think about it, I'm like, even though I've been doing those things, I don't feel like I'm recharging the right thing. Obviously, I'm having a good time, like, you know, getting rested and hanging out with my friends, but I don't feel like I'm recharging the right thing. And this thing that I feel like I need to recharge is just my inspiration and like why I'm designing, why I am a creative, what I want to be doing creatively, and just for myself as well, like who am I and like what do I want to do in life. A lot of the times, you know, you see on like, for example, LinkedIn, people doing this, people doing that to land things, like people doing projects like this and that. It's like, okay, I need to focus on more projects like that encompass this part of technology. It's good to leverage that, but I think where I got lost is that I need to be able to take the time to put my own spin on it. Take the time to focus on one project and be intentional with it. I'm always like, oh, what if that's not a good project? What if it, like, recruiters won't like it? I've honestly been looking at videos like yesterday, today. I've been feeling like a new burst of inspiration since yesterday. One of the creators was Mesh Times. She vibe codes and she's a product designer at a startup right now, but just creating things that bring her excitement. And it's so refreshing to see. Obviously, she's probably, you know, creating solutions for real problems at work and everything. I've also been seeing other portfolios where they're creating thoughtful case studies around problems that really show their personality in a way. And so that kind of made me think like, whoa, how do I sell myself right now? Do I just sound like I'm just cookie cutter, like I'm just doing this thing to look like everybody else on LinkedIn? And going back to like kind of like the whole not decision fatigue, but like a lot of my to-do list that I want to do, like this project, and like I want to vlog, and I want to podcast, and I want to mukbang, and I want to TikTok, like all of these things. It's like, where do you even start? And I think that for me, I'm like, okay, well, my professional life is very urgent and a very top priority of mine. So I'm like, okay, I need to get that all settled. And so I instantly kind of push away that creative side. That is also a big part of my creative side. And I've been feeling so uninspired. I feel like I do get like this sometimes, and like the remedy is like instantly to like create like content. And so I feel like when I push all of that aside and I still have like decision fatigue, like what do I want to work on? I easily feel bland with my work and my motivation. Feel like I have no inspiration, hence like the rut that I'm in. I feel like when I lead with genuine things that I'm passionate about, interested in, like how I view the world, like I make content because I don't know, I like speaking into a microphone, things like that. Thank you, Derek, for the microphone. You know me so well. But I love authenticity, just sharing about my personal life. Like I remember like my very, very old vlogs. Yeah, those go very in depth about my life. Like you can look back, I've shared a lot on there. And I love connecting with people. Like who I want to be as a designer is someone who just feels like a comforting hug, where you don't even have to say a single word. You don't even have to explain yourself. I think I just value authenticity so much that's why I want to be a designer. I mean, that's why I felt compelled to switch my entire career from software engineering to product design, because I care about the real experiences. I care about, first, myself, sharing my real experiences, sharing what I'm going through, what I'm thinking. And I really care about hearing how people truly experience the world. Sitting with that. And then being creative, like having my creative side, create these solutions for people, and to talk with different peers about different ideas. Like, I don't know. It's cool to me to see all the technology out in the real day, and that's what I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of that conversation, and I want to be that person for people. Anyways, that's kind of the revelation that I had last night. But going back to the rut that I was feeling, I think that on top of decision fatigue, it's also just been something that I feel like gets hinted upon in different like posts, like LinkedIn posts. I'm on there chronically, but things that are like, you know, I've had this experience, I've applied to this many things, and I haven't heard back. Just keep going. The lesson and the key takeaway is to just keep going, something like that. But still, it feels like a highlight reel in a way. It's like it instantly goes back to like, all the key takeaway is just to keep going, keep going, keep going. And it's like, when I feel the ways that I do, which I'm going to explain, I'm like, whoa, this feels like nobody's going through this, and I am alone. Why am I the only one having such a hard time with this job market? What I mean is that, for context, I've been working on my portfolio since I switched over to design, which was in the summer of 2024, and now it's December of 2025. I worked on my most recent portfolio starting the summer of 2025, so this past summer, and I was like ramping up. I was working on my portfolio every day. Like, this is an important season for me. This is one of the most important seasons for me to try to get an internship because of my situation and like how many years of school I have left and everything. I was applying to companies, like 15 companies a day. Even during vacations, I was like making sure that if I missed it at night, I would wake up early in the morning, message recruiters, all that. Everything they'd kind of tell you to do. I was ready for this season. And over time, you know, as I went through school, I was like still applying, also getting feedback on my portfolio a lot of the time. And it just felt like still an empty void, like just not hearing much back. And I think that really really played with my confidence, honestly. And I think with me questioning throughout the semester, like, what am I doing with design? My momentum started to slip a lot, honestly. And I was very, very sad. I was very, very, very defeated and unmotivated at times. Like, that's just the real story. And I really want to emphasize that, like, although, yes, like, applications and recruiters who are viewing your applications, they don't understand what you're going through on the other side of, like, this whole application process. Like, you applying to, like, this many companies a day, refining your portfolio, the work that you're going through, and, like, the velocity that you're building up. So it's important to keep on applying to still increase your chances. But on the other side, what I really want to emphasize is that it is okay to feel this way, and it's completely human to go through these emotions. I feel like it's often not talked about a lot. You know, in some ways, like, you're working so hard towards an internship and not having it yet, it always feels like this, like, weight on you. It's like you want it to happen so badly, but it's like, will it happen? Like, you know, but I've kind of just been going through that. And this is now part of the LinkedIn post where I'm just saying that, like, I'm still working through it. Like, I'm working through it one step forward at a time, one foot in front of the other, making the effort to keep going. And I think that it's a very normal thing for your velocity and your momentum to slow down at times. Like, there's different things that happen emotionally, environmentally, things that happen It's all a wave. It's all a wave. That's my own experience, and I'm kind of just trying to get up out of that again, feel inspired, get the momentum going again, working on my projects. Like this morning, told myself that I would wake up early, like 8 a.m. I woke up at 8:30. I accidentally went back to sleep. But wake up, start working on my stuff again, and I felt really fulfilled. Because it's just like you're knocking things off. It's not that I'm getting it like completely done, but it's like you're making moves and making progress. You're making progress. And sitting down in the chair, the hardest part. And that just builds confidence along the way. And that's what I'm doing. I am not saying that's the right thing, but I'm saying that's what's working for me. So now, at this point of the video, I want to make more resolutions with you guys and more goals. That first goal, waking up early, kind of having like my own little routine, opening up the blinds and having a little bit of a meditation sesh. That's something important that I want to do. So let's set a little bit more goals for ourselves. I remember it's not like it happened that long ago, but basically in my 4th year of undergrad, my housemates and I, sorry, my back is getting sore again, but hold on, let me stretch. Hello. We're gonna have a serious talk about my resolutions. Okay, so basically in my 4th year, me and my housemates, we would write down on post-it notes our goals and put them on the wall. It was like not started, in progress, and completed. Kind of like by the end of the year or something, or by the end of the quarter, we would see our progress. I think having that visibly on the wall to kind of remind us like every day in the living room of our goals, that was really nice. Like I would see my housemates' goals and it would just kind of like keep us all going. Just being able to see it on the wall, all of us see it on the wall and be kind of reminded of it every day. It was more of a positive thing. It wasn't like like urgent, like remember this goal, you remember this goal. It was more so like, not to be cliche, but you see it and you're reminded that you have a dream for yourself, or it's a moment where you're taken back to a moment where you had a vision for yourself and your future. Yeah, and it's like it literally is a vision board. It's like manifesting that and like remembering where you were that exact moment that you wrote it down. But the thing that I think is very valuable about goals that you put down is to have quantifiable mini goals. So let's say I want to get fit. My mini goals to help me actually reach those goals, let's say run 1 mile a week. That's something that I could definitely check off. Keep checking off. I'm debating right now if I should get like, you know what? Let's get it. That's goal number 1. If there's something that I'm thinking about or a creative project that I want to embark on, get up, push myself to go make the steps towards it. Yeah. Let me go get it now. This is not going to be the post-it note or like the card that I put up on my wall at Berkeley, but I'm going to just write it down right now so I have it, and I'm going to transfer it onto like notes that I stick up on the wall. Okay. I've been really wanting to, for the longest time, make more content on TikTok. I know. I usually only just post to my friends, but I want to make more content on TikTok. I mean, I feel like if I saw my friends making TikToks like for the public, I'd just be like, damn, like, why don't I make it too? Like, you know, it's just like that kind of scary, whatever. But so my quantifiable goals for that though is to literally make at least, you know, don't cage yourself into like a limit or anything, at least 1 video every 2 weeks. So here's mine. I don't know if it's going to be backwards, but second is I want to make one YouTube video every, I was going to say like every 2 weeks, but I honestly feel like it takes me a long time to edit my YouTube videos, honestly. I want to say at least one video a month. Make at least 1 YouTube video every month. And here are some smaller goals for my case studies. I'm going to create my case study for my new project in 3 days. I'll list out like the little nitty gritty, like what I want to get done in each of the 3 days, but that's my third goal. I think like the within 3 days or within 2 days, that's kind of just to put me on a little time crunch and to make me work like as if I'm in a hackathon or something like that. That kind of gets me going. I want to finish my third draft for my pants by January 3rd. I don't know when I want to finish my final pants by, but TBD. Okay, that's my fourth goal. So this next one is like, I feel like will help me feel more clear in my head and more focused, just because, you know, as I said before, it was kind of hard to even have a moment to reflect on how I've been feeling, and it's led up to this point where I'm making this podcast now. But I want to be a little bit more intentional and just like focused on like who I am, like what I'm doing. And to do that, I'm just going to make a goal where I wake up at 8 a.m. every day and I have a personal ritual. It can look like anything. Maybe sit outside, drink my matcha, or I look out at the window and I meditate, or I do a little yoga in the morning. Bonk. I feel like sometimes I have more just like personal goals. Like I remember last year I had a goal of just like say hi to everyone, and then I remember like my housemate Lucy, shout out, she'd be like, so did you say hi to everyone today? And that was more of like a metaphorical thing, like just like, you know, be open to everybody, like have an open heart to everybody, I think. And so, but I think I'm in a phase where I really need to just focus on myself first and like these goals, and then like the heart will naturally open up again and I'll also create those goals again. That's me just kind of setting a plan for myself. But anyways, I know this was a very, very long podcast kind of thing, and I really appreciate you guys just getting cozy, probably laying down in your bed too, and just talking about it. It's a rainy day. Look, it literally is raining outside right now. Bonk. It's kind of hard to have these conversations, but I really want to hone in on like the fact that these are real emotions. I know we tend to, you know, spin them in a positive light. It's just as important, like these times, to like talk through and also show as well as the highlight reels. It makes you feel less alone. So thank you so much for getting cozy, listening to my podcast today. I really enjoyed it. First time using the new mic, and there'll be more of it, promise. Yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful new year. I hope for prosperity and love and just good energy, good genuine energy to all of you guys. Thanks for following me on this journey. We are all human and we are all capable of great things. So anyways, okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.